Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday evening or early morning for our UK drivers. Hope everybody's doing well, and I hope we're ready to see a really good race tonight. So we started off last weekend with the inaugural season presented by Racing Asylum, coming all the way from the United Kingdom, bringing this down to North America. It's a one-make Group 3 BRZ series. It's presented out by Apex Sim Racing Team, and I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. We're going to be bringing Division 1 here to you guys and gals live tonight, as opposed to last week. And then we'll have Division 2 for everybody tomorrow morning or afternoon, evening for our UK friends via rebroadcast as well. So tonight's race is live as it's happening, and welcome in. So I hope everybody's ready. We are here again on behalf of Racing Asylum's North America BRZ GT3 Series, and it is a one-make championship. It's 10 weeks long, and qualifying tonight will be 5 minutes for the Division 1 drivers. It basically works out to where the drivers get 2 laps around, well, as you can see on screen, Laguna, Seca Raceway. So let's talk a little bit about our racetrack. All right, on the screen in front of you is a layout of Laguna Seca racetrack, and it is a 2.24 mile racetrack, 3.6 kilometers, 11 left and right hand turns. It's a tarmac road surface. It is a world circuit, meaning that they race on it still to this day in the real world, and it has an elevation change of 180 feet. 110 feet of that elevation change is in the corkscrew in turns 8A and 8B. So just a little bit of perspective on the racetrack. And it's a fantastic little doozy. It's a historical and iconic racetrack in the United States of America, and we're definitely in for a treat here tonight. It is surrounded by desert sand, this racetrack, and it's going to provide a very large challenge for our drivers. So we are about 3 minutes away from qualifying, give or take. So let's talk about what we should see here tonight. It's going to be a 1 hour endurance race, 60 minutes. We'll go on the clock at race start after our qualifying is done. The drivers will be required to use the racing hard, the racing medium, and that racing soft compound tires throughout the 1 hour race. And the minimum lap requirement for the tires is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit confusing, but we've gotten some verification here ourselves compared from last week, and we're going to explain it to everybody here today. So if you start the race on the racing hard tire or you finish the race on the racing hard tire, the mandate is a flying circuit lap to clear that tire. So at the beginning of the race, you don't have an out lap. Essentially, you have a start lap from the grid. That's not a flying lap. But when you come around to start lap number 2, you are at full race pace, and that is a full flying circuit lap. So at that point, then you could pit in at the end of lap 2, or if it's at the end of the race, you can pit with 2 laps to go, come out and finish the race on that hard compound tire, and that will still clear the mandate. However, if you take that hard racing tire in the middle of the race, you will need to do an out lap, your flying lap, and then an in lap in order to clear the tire mandate. So, depending on how aggressive that racetrack is on your racing tires will really determine on what strategy each of these drivers are going to use today. So now we ran round 1 last weekend. It was at Watkins Glen for the opener. And there's 2 divisions. There's a pro and a pro-am division. However, things are done a little bit differently here than normal series. There's a relegation and a delegation aspect to this as well. So they have taken some of the top drivers from Division 2 and put them in Division 1, and they've taken some of our bottom drivers from Division 1 and put them into Division 2 this week. And that's just to try and balance out the lobbies for the best race pace of drivers. So we see some new faces here in Lobby 1 this week compared to last week. One of them is Apex Sim Racing's Bar 27, who was Division 2 winner last weekend. We have TT Noir, who was also a podium finisher last weekend. And I believe, who is our other one? I believe it's Pooptown MC, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so it looks like we're getting ready for qualifying conditions here. I'm gonna need all the luck this week. Just stay cool, calm, and collected, my guy. Nolander, how's it going, my guy? We appreciate all those reactions on the stream. Do not forget to like and share the streams out, no matter which platform it is you're watching, whether it be here on my Facebook or over on the Racing Asylum YouTube channels. Make sure you get this out there. Get everybody in to come and check out the very high speed action we're about to see here tonight. This is a stacked lobby of drivers. And I'm not kidding when I say stacked. This is some of the community's fastest drivers from North America and the United Kingdom. There's a lot of familiar faces here, depending on which community you come from, and if it's anything like it was last week, with much larger field of drivers as well this week. We are in for a pretty action-packed race today for an hour at Laguna Seca. We're going to see some ups and downs here. The sand always plays a big part of this racetrack. Just on break, but hello, let's go racers. Welcome back in again, Kilt, for the second time today. My goal is to stay in this lobby. Well, just do your best, man. That's all you can do. All right, we're just going to check on everything before we get qualifying underway here. We want to make sure that our race Asylum, the channel, is moving and grooving, and it most certainly is. My friend Matty is in the race. He's currently being abducted by aliens in Lobby 1. We'll see how it goes. How's it going, Asylum Racer? Hey guys, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. All right. We're just getting ready for them to flip the button, and we'll flip the screen for everybody. So just want to say thanks for the production crew for getting a nice little visual shots of Laguna Seca for us here on the Gran Turismo 7 platform. Really great job there to our production crew, going above and beyond to give us some visual reference points of this beautiful racetrack. Again, very historic racetrack's been around for a long time. The F1 days here were some pretty great days back in the 80s. I remember watching them as I was a kid, so here we go. Turns 1 and 2, the Andretti hairpin is going to be a cluster at the beginning of this race. We got 14 of the top drivers in the series coming down at race start. It should be interesting. So we're just getting qualifying underway here. So as soon as that button is pushed, we will get that underway for everybody. Trust me, I'd rather be home lapping. Wouldn't we all, Kill? Wouldn't we all, my guy? All right, so there we go. We are underway here officially now for qualifying conditions. So it is a 5-minute qualifying run. The drivers can use whatever tire that they opt to use here for qualifying, obviously, which will be the soft tire. It's just a faster compound of tire. And we'll just let these drivers go a few corners around the racetrack here. They're going to have to give each other a little bit of space, and it's a very small racetrack, so it's going to be difficult to do. You don't want to get hung up or held up by a driver that might not be fast as you are, or you just get bottled up into a corner. It's going to be very interesting to see how they all sort each other out. So we're just going to let them get past the first sector, then that'll adjust who's in which position at the live timing line. And we will start with our front runners. So we have Meow here. He was our pole sitter from round 1, but didn't get a great result, unfortunately, come race time. He finished up in the mid pack, lower mid pack here, so he's going to be looking for a little bit of redemption, I believe, here tonight, if I had to guess. So it looks like it is Apex Jakey indeed, who was a round 1 winner here. So look at a repeat, obviously, here in round 2 and get a good foothold on that championship. But Bar 27 coming up into the Pro Division from the Pro-Am Division, coming in with more points than Jakey. So technically, Bar 27 from Apex Sim Racing Team is leading this championship series here. 33 points to 30 points on Jakey. I was perusing the standings a little bit earlier there to see what was going on. So Jakey technically second in the championship right now, even with that first race win in hand in this Pro Division. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out here with the relegation and delegation part of this, but I think it's going to be pretty spicy. Egon coming in with that thumbs up as well. Kilt coming in with the thumbs up. Brandon coming in with the like and the share. Nolander coming in with the like and the share on the stream as well. We had Bobby Grimes coming up with that thumbs up on the stream. appreciate all those reactions on the stream. Welcome in over at Racing Asylum as well. My boyfriend Noir is going to be racing in Lobby 1. I'm so excited. Oh, welcome in, Nikita. Welcome in. Yes, he's one of our new proteges here at 10th Racing. He's a very fast young man. It's going to be interesting to see how he hangs in with the big boys here today. All right, so we are with Jakey here. This is the flying lap now. And we're getting near the end of the said flying lap here, so let's get back on track here because these drivers are only going to get a couple of laps. It's 5-minute qualifier, so it runs out very quickly. We're already 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, so we should see about minutes 21 times, minute 22 times from these drivers. I'm shooting in the dark here as they are very quick drivers, and it's a 122.43 from Jakey. Cusker's going to come through here. He's the second one through. He's going to stay in second. Little Nicky's going to take pole position there as he comes through. We got Rockzilla coming through here right now, and I believe it's Noir that slipped in ahead of him here as he's coming across that line. King Ears now jumping up into pole position there. Rockzilla is going to stay in fifth and actually lose a position to Cusker as he comes around. Piggums is coming through here in 7th position. He made a mistake there, so he's going to get reset up for one more crack flying lap here. We got Pooptown here up in 8th place, 9th place now as Bar 27 moves up into 3rd place. So Rockzilla here in 10th. We got Piggums here in 11th place. We've got LJ in 13th position. He's just finishing up his flying lap here right now. So let's see what he's got. And I don't think Noir got an official lap in either. He may have had a penalty across start finish line, and that will, of course, null and void that flying lap in qualifying. So we are with Apex Sim Racing's LJ here coming around the final corner. And let's see what he's got for his first official time of the race here. Nice clean looking lap. Let's see what he's got here. Good pace, looking about a 22 here. And it's 22.252 here from him. It's going to be good enough for 5th place here currently on the track. So King Ears is our pole sitter, 121.462. He had a great race last weekend at Watkins Glen, coming in 2nd place here in the Pro Division. We got Mihao coming out of pit lane here right now. He may not have enough time to get another flyer in. Nolander Gaming coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. We got Bar 27 here in 4th place. We got Little Nicky here in 5th from Racing Asylum. We got Apex LJ here in 6th place. We got SV's Payme here in 7th place. We got Apex Bow Snipe in 8th. We got Cusker in 9th from Racing Asylum. We got Lucas, independent driver, here in 10th position. We got Rockzilla from Racing Asylum here in 11th. We got Noir from 10th Racing here in 12th place. We got Pooptown here. Racing Asylum driver? Not 100% sure. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And Piggums here coming through, and just not getting a great run here today in 14th position. We know he's quicker than that, so maybe a part of his strategy. Maybe he wants to start in the back of the pack. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we definitely seen him make a mistake early on in qualifying here. Good luck to all the RA guys and other drivers. The money is in the RA. King Ears and Apex Jakey for top 2 podium positions. Little Nicky could surprise a few. Absolutely. It's anybody's game. Laguna Seca is a cruel mistress, and one little mistake could cost you several positions in a lobby this quick, especially. So we got King Ears steering pole. We got Jakey sitting in 2nd. We got Meow in 3rd place still. We got Bar 27 holding pretty strong in 4th place. Now remember, this was a Pro-Am driver here, and he's sitting 4th place so far here in qualifying in the Pro lobby this week. We got Apex's LJ here in 5th, and it looks like he squashed that lap, so he's going to bail out, and it looks like these 3 drivers are just going to sit where they are. Cusker is coming around here. He's finished up. Sorry, we got Lucas 369. He finished in 3rd place in round 1 at Watkins Glen here as well. So he's still on a flyer here. So let's sit with Lucas 369 here as he must have just got past that start finish line in the nick of time there to get an extra lap in. I believe we got Piggums in behind there as well. So it's going to be good enough for 3rd place there from Lucas, and Piggums is going to jump up into 7th place there as well right at the end of qualifying there. So it's going to be King Ears in pole position. It's going to be Jakey in 2nd place. It's going to be Lucas 369 in 3rd place. It's going to be Mihao in 4th. It's going to be Bar 27 in 5th with LJ lined up beside him in 6th. It's going to be Piggums here in 7th position with Little Nicky in 8th. We got Bow Snipe here in 9th place. Payme is going to start out in 10th position. Cusker is in 11th. Rockzilla in 12th. Noir in 13th. And Pooptown here in 14th. 13th position. 3 of these drivers relegated from Lobby 2 up into Lobby 1 this weekend, and 3 of our drivers delegated down from Lobby 1 to Lobby 2 for this weekend's round as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out now. As the race progresses here today. So qualifying is in the books, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be the official results of qualifying here. And we're just going to take some pictures just in case, because that's what we do. And I mean, 1/10 of a second between first and second place, another 100th of a second between those two drivers, second and third place, and then there's about a 4/10 second gap. So the top three definitely showing pace over the rest of the field, and then it's just splitting hairs: a tenth and a half, and not even a 2/100ths, 7/100ths. So very, very close there in that top 8, and we're just 2 minutes away from race time here now, so fantastic. Pooptown is a part of Thunder Lightning Racing TLR. Awesome. Thank you, Proton. Appreciate that. I wasn't sure, so we love that clarification. Appreciate our viewers out there. Somebody always knows. All right, so TLR. There we go. We'd like to have that information correct here, obviously for broadcasting purposes. All right, we're just keeping an eye on things. Looks like the streams are running good here tonight, so that is fantastic. All right, well, again, if you're just tuning in, welcome in. This is provided from Racing Asylum and in the United Kingdom. They've brought this down to North America for us here. Apex Sim Racing Team is host and presenting this North American BRZ 1 MiG GT3 series over the next, well, with this week included, 9 weeks remaining as round one's in the books from Watkins Glen. It's a 2-division series. We have our Pro and Pro-Am divisions here, and they are ran at the same time. So we can't be in 2 places at once, unfortunately. We can't broadcast 2 races at once. It would be fantastic if we could. We are working on it, however, but in the meantime, can only be in 1 place at one time, so we will bring that broadcast to everybody tomorrow. Try and do it around the same time we did last week, around 6 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern time here in North America, and we'll try to, 1 p.m. Eastern time, North America, and try to get that out before, I believe it's the MRRL series goes live, of course, on Race Asylum here tomorrow as well. So we're just getting the drivers ready and up here, and we'll be under racing conditions. So it's going to be a 60-minute race here today. The racing hard, medium, and soft tires are all required to be used. 1 full flying circuit lap is that tire requirement mandate here in the series, and it is about race time, ladies and gentlemen. So who do we have our money on here? I think we had a good call out there in the Racing Asylum YouTube channel there with King Ears and Jakey, definitely sitting there in the battle for top of the lobby. However, anything could happen. There is a lot of drivers in here, and a lot of those drivers hold A+ ratings, so clearly there's some pace up in this lobby, without a question of a doubt. There's World Tour caliber level drivers in this lobby. Anything can happen. Don't count Paymate ever out of a lobby. When he's in a lobby, he's a very fast driver. Lucas has proven himself to be very quick and efficient. LJ Piggums, Little Nicky as a surprise there as well, and all efficient race car drivers. Cusker Roxella. This is an insane lobby. This is an absolutely stacked lobby. I mean, what else can we say? I know what we could say. We could say, kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, chat. We got an hour here at Laguna Seca, and we're seeing about 40 laps here today. All right, here we go. Race control's happy. We got the lights are up, and we're just waiting for the green to drop. We are green, and we are racing in a big slide moment there from King Ears right off the bat. There's his guy to get the traction down. A little bit of wheel spin on the race start, and that has allowed Jakey and Lucas both to be very close in. And oh boy, there we go. We got somebody out of shape there. I believe it was one of the Apex drivers there. And I don't know if that was a track edge or contact, but we got second place there. Third place is me. How we got Lucas in fourth. We got LJ in 5th. We got Bar 27 in 6th. We got Payme in 7th. We got Little Nicky in 8th. We got Pigums in 9th. We got Rockzilla here in 10th position. We've got Noir in 12th place, sorry, and Pooptown here in 13th. And it was Bo's snipe that we seen there, and potentially a disconnect there, as he's no longer in the lobby here as well. So just wait to see if there's a call made on that. But it is King Ears here in the lead of the race. We got Jakey very close behind here in second place. We got Lucas. Oh, and we got another driver off here. Who is it? Which one? Which one? There's so many cars. Oh, it's LJ here, off the track there. Not sure what happened there again. Oh, just coming through the kink, and ooh, he's very fortunate there to come across in a gap in the traffic there as well. That, oh, you hate to see that, ladies and gentlemen. You hate to see that, but any real racer will tell you that the corkscrew is very intimidating for the first couple times you come through it, but in reality, it's actually that kink that is the scariest part of this racetrack, and that's why LJ just getting it a little bit wrong, getting out into that sand, and then a little bit on the power, and just spun across the racetrack there, and then we seen him nose into the wall a couple corners later due to sand on the tires, most likely there. So a very rough start to his night here, but King here is still very quickly doing much of the same thing he did last week and trying to open up a gap. So 2 seconds over Apex Jakey here in second place. We got Lucas here in third position. He's about 2 seconds in behind him. We got Mihao here in fourth place. He had a good qualifying here, and he's still holding strong at the beginning of this race here as well. We got Payme all the way from 10th back up into the field. He's up in fifth place, so he has moved some very quick positions here early on. And as we come through the kink there, you're typically not going to see too many moves through there. Drivers typically keep it pretty mean and clean through there. It's, again, a scary corner. The corkscrew, you'll see more battles through the corkscrew than you'll see through that kink typically. Ooh, big slide there down the corkscrew from Payme, and Mihao is feeling the pressure here from Payme and Bar 27. So Bar was in fourth place to begin this race here. He's down a couple of positions now, but he is down a couple of positions to some very quick drivers here as well. You can see Lucas just heading into turn number 11 there. We got a driver coming into pit lane, and in the background there is Little Nicky coming in and making a pit stop here, and I'm assuming he's getting off that racing hard tire here, as this probably doesn't feel too good around Laguna Seca. But this racetrack is also somewhat abrasive and will chew down your tires if you attack it too hard here. So right now we got some patient driving here. Payme's just settled in behind me. How we got Bar 27 settled in behind him, and then Pigums is just kind of lurking in 7th place now, up in behind there. Teammate Noir just in behind as well in 8th place. A little bit of a gap there, 5 seconds of gap here right now. So top 7 split apart from the back 7 here. It's led by Noir so far. He gets it a little bit deep there on the track, and that's what the drivers are really going to have to watch out for here, keeping those tires out of the sand. And it makes a big difference. It definitely makes a big difference. We got Little Nicky in 10th place here. Looks like Pooptown is going to grab that spot on him as it comes around, but of course pit exit loops all the way around the Andretti hairpin and actually comes out on the exit of Andretti hairpin. Got Rockzilla coming out of pit lane, and LJ, after that accident, having that car looked at here. So obviously that was a pretty good hit there that we've seen from LJ. So they're making sure that everything is sound in that car before they potentially try to get him back out, or he's just going to be retired for the race. We're not sure, but rough start for 2 of our Apex drivers here today. But it's King Ears, and very quickly trying to continue to open up that gap. 3.6 seconds as he comes around, 121.696 that time around the racetrack as well. We have Jakey here in the second position, and about 0.8 of a second off the pace of the leader here currently that last time around. We have Lucas 369 here in third place. Payme now up into fourth position, so has gotten around Mihao here now and tracking to try and catch Lucas 369. We got Bar 27 and Pigums here now in behind Mihao, and ooh, a little bit of dirt there as he was coming into turn 3 there. So ooh, and a little bit of dirt on the exit there as well. So he is playing with fire right now with those drivers in behind. And are we going to see a challenge here from Bar 27 as we're getting into this corner? Let's see what kind of a run he gets. He gets a great run. He really closes up here. Now that leaves us to kink. Is he going to? Nope, he's going to settle in behind. Again, the drivers, this is the most dangerous part of this racetrack in reality, and any real racer in real life will tell you that. That's the scariest corner of this racetrack, not the corkscrew. The corkscrew is a little unsettling the first couple times, but once you figure it out, it's not bad. That kink, anything can go wrong at any time, and that one really is the tricky part. So the drivers typically will play nice in that corner, and everywhere else is kind of game on. It's not that simple to pass here, but it kind of is. If you can get position, you can definitely go too wide around most of the parts of this racetrack. But when you are making your passes here, you definitely want to try and keep them as quick and efficient as possible, because you don't want to be side by side for too many elongated corners on this racetrack due, of course, to the hazard of that sand. You dip a tire and it could be game over. So Bar 27 not able to close in on Mihal right now, and Pickham's just settled in behind. We got Noir here, and he's getting some pressure from Cusker here in behind right now. So this is a battle for 8th and 9th position here. And I thought Cusker was going to take a look there, and he did. Noir was more than aware that he was there. Lots of racing room given there, and Cusker's going to get the job done coming out of the Andretti hairpin there, and he's going to move up into 8th place. And Noir is going to move down into 9th place. Lots of respect showing there by those two drivers. Oh, and Noir is going to go really out there. Oh, good way. He gathers that car up there. That was a great job by Noir, and that's what we're talking about, those little moments here. Now that's going to hinder him for about 2 or 3 corners here, so he's going to have to get that tire sand off of those tires so he can have that maximum grip level back. So you really got to be on point around this racetrack to be successful here, and every little dip of the tire in the sand is costing you time. We've seen just a small little dip right there from King Ears, but he has a cushion right now. I wouldn't say it's comfortable. It's 5.2 seconds a spin, or a really good wobble out of a corner really will kill that gap real quickly, especially with the likes of Jakey chasing him behind here in second place again, a round 1 race winner. Lucas 369 here in third place. The top 3 were our podium finishers in round 1. We have Payme here in fourth place, and he's 4.4 seconds in behind Jake and Lucas right now. We got Mihao in 5th place. He's got 2.1 seconds on Payme, and he's got Piggums now tracking here in 6th place. So just under a second is that gap. Not sure what happened to Bar 27 there. We got Cusker here in 7th position. We got Noir here in 8th place, and Barr down into 9th position here. So must have made a mistake on the racetrack. Must have been an off, as that's cost him a couple of positions here. And apparently these two had a pretty good race in round 1, Noir and Barr in lobby 2. So we'll keep our eye on these two here as they progress around the racetrack. We got little Nicky here in 10th position. Remember, drivers are on different tire compounds. There's a lot of different things happening on the racetrack right now. Got Roxella here in 11th place. We got Pooptown here in 12th position, and looks like another retired car there from LJ, as the crew is still sitting there looking at it. So it is King Ears here, and I'm not sure who he just caught up to there. I think that was Pooptown, and Pooptown making a mistake there with that blue flag waving, and that's unfortunate. Their drivers just gotta hold their line and wait for a safe opportunity on a small straight, and all you gotta do is just get off the racing line and lift a little bit, and that's enough for the drivers to get through. A lot of times what we see with blue flag cars is they get caught watching the rearview mirrors, they miss a braking point, or they just try to get out of the way into a corner, and ultimately usually just ends up costing themselves time on the racetrack. So all you got to do is just stick to your racing line through the corner and get off on the next straight, and that driver knows what to do. Remaining predictable really is key in a blue flag situation, and we're going to see blue flag situations, especially on a racetrack like Laguna Seca. Again, it's not that easy of a racetrack. Got Jakey here in 2nd place. So we got, again, another, I think that was Poop down there, having a rough race there, as he was having a moment around the corner there as well, just in front of Jakey. And dirty tires. The drivers also forget you got to take it easy around the next couple of corners there after you have a moment in the sand here as well. So a little bit of nerves, pressure, and a really fast-paced lobby, and it's quite easy to make a mistake. So shake it off, put your head down, get your foot back into the gas pedal, and it's a long race. We're only 9 minutes and 25 seconds into a 60-minute race, so there is plenty of time to be had here yet at Laguna Seca today. Payme here in 4th place, and 3 seconds now on 5th place driver Meow, and about 4.8 seconds on Lucas in front. So just kind of managing the gap here. Got Piggums, big wiggle right there from Mihao, as Piggums is right on the rear bumper there, and that was a great job there to keep that car underneath of him there, and that's what I mean. All you got to do is touch the sand on this racetrack, and it can give you all kinds of issues. We got Cusker in 7th position here. We got Noir and Bar 27 fighting it out here, and this is for 8th and 9th place, and we kind of suspected we'd probably see a battle between these two here. A little bit of a wiggle coming out on the exit there. Bar's going to get in behind him there, there. I think he went to go around the outside there, and there just wasn't anywhere for him to go there, so he had to settle back in behind Noir here, and it is game on as we head into the Andretti hairpin. Maybe they're working together. We're not sure yet, but there we go. Barr's going to take another look there, and a little bit of contact there between the two, and Barr's going to back off there. He didn't mean to take it like that, and his game back on, so Barr is back on the hunt here with Noir, and this is a great little battle. They both go off track here. Boy, this is a hard battle right here between Noir and Bar 27. The elbows are out. They're pushing these cars to the maximum. They both have dirty tires right now, and nobody wants to give up this position here. So this is for 8th and 9th place. 9th and 10th place, 8th and 9th place. And oh boy, Bar 27 got it wrong there. He got on the outskirts there. He almost came across the track and tagged Noir there in the process. So coming through the kink here, Noir has grip. Bar manages it quite well, and he is absolutely in that slipstream. And this is a game on here as we head into the corkscrew on lap number 8. This is a great little battle right here in the mid pack right now between Noir and Bar 27 here for 8th and 9th place. So let's stick with this fight here for just a little bit longer. Absolutely great stuff right here, as Bar 27 is definitely looking for a way around here, and a couple little bits of contact between the two there, and lots of respect showing between the two there. So already these drivers showing lots of respect for each other on the racetrack just after a great round 1 battle here, and it is still game on here. So are we going to see the attempted move here going back into the Andretti hairpin? And with that being said, that leaves this gentleman right here, Racing Asylum's little Nicky, coming up over the hill there, and all he can see is those two cars battling there over the fence. So as he comes around the Andretti hairpin here, maybe a little bit of incentive for him to put the loud pedal into it a little bit more here. Oh boy, a little bit more contact there between the two, and this is a scrap right here for 8th and 9th place. I mean, this is no holds barred going on here between these two right now. Again, Noir in 8th place and Bar 27 here in 9th position, and Barr is just all over the rear bumper of Noir right now, just giving him the business. And Noir is he's handling the pressure. He's handling the pressure. Coming through the kink there, he's a little bit wide. He just keeps that car underneath him. Barr gets to run on the inside, and Barr is going to get the job done coming through the kink. That was a great move right there from Bar 27. Let's go take another look at that here, as he's a single file there, realizes Noir is going to get a little bit wide into the corner. He shortens up his steering angle a little bit there and just uses that momentum to get around Noir on the inside. And Bar 27 with the relentless 3-lap pressure there is finally going to gain that position and move himself up into 8th position here on the grid. And that was quite the battle. Noir is going to come into pit lane here after that fight, get into some clean air, take a breath for a second, and get ready for stint number 2. So as King Ears in the lead, 6.3 seconds from Apex Jakey here in 2nd place. He's got 5.5 to Lucas in 3rd position, who's got 5 seconds to Paymay in 4th place. So a big spread here right now in the front 4. TT's Pigham's here now up into 5th place. He's 5 seconds in behind Paymay, and he's got about 1.5 seconds ahead of Mihao here. And Mihao having a good race here. He's hanging in there good and strong right now. He's on that racing hard tire too, so he's got himself in a very similar position that Apex Jakey had himself in last week in Watkins Glen with the pace on the hard tires. So if you can relate that now to the medium and soft tire stints here, he could be positioning himself for a podium tonight. We got Cusker here in 7th place, and he is about 11 seconds in behind Mihao right now. It just dipped into pit lane, so there we go. Bar 27 here in 8th place, and that was a little bit of a dicey downhill there coming through the corkscrew. Are they going to give him a penalty for that? No, they're going to let that one slide. As we come through here, we've got little Nicky in 9th position, and 3 seconds is that gap now to Bar 27, so definitely starting to close in on that driver. Noir here now down into 10th place, losing that position obviously due to the pit stops, and he has, I believe that's our race leader right on the back of him here, King Ears right now in 1st position. Yes, that is the case. So Noir just trying to let King Ears get around safely there, or just the King Ears doing a great job at managing here, and Noir's trying to let him go through here as he goes really wide into the corner to try and give the race leader a little bit of space there, and that was a great job there by Noir. Now obviously that's going to change when King Ears makes his pit stop. That's not going to be the case. We're just in a pit stop sequence here right now, so drivers will be a lap down until of course the front runners take their pit stop, and then they should, barring no major mistakes on the racetrack, get that lap back when they come back around. It basically works itself out. All right, so it's King Ears here in race lead. He's got 5.5 seconds on Apex's Jakey in second position. Lucas is right here in third place, and maybe making a bit of a mistake there because boy, oh boy, Peme is right there hot on the trail now, and this gap is half a second. So a couple car lengths separating these two drivers here right now. Both very, very quick drivers as well here. A little bit of front end damage on the front right corner of Peime's car there. And as we come around the corner here, it is nose to tail. As you can see, Poop Town, he's just getting out of the way. He's like, nope, I'm out of the way here. And having a bit of a tough race, but that's all right. Just keep going, my man. Keep going, my man. Tire wear is at 4 times, the fuel is at 3. I did forget to mention that at the beginning of the broadcast. I'm glad you brought that up. So it's not going to be terrible here, but it's not going to be great, I guess, at the same time. Depends how hard the drivers push and how much battling they're doing as well, right? So right now, we're seeing the top runners. They're battling, but they're not battling. They're smart driving. They're waiting for an opportunity to make their move, and when they do, it's very, very precise. It's very quick and efficient. Where in the latter part of the field, they're scrapping, and that's definitely going to be hurting the tires on those drivers' cars. Got Piggums here in 5th place. He's coming up to Poop Town here now as well, and got to get around. But Poop Town's been doing a great job of getting out of the way of the lead lap traffic there as well. So got Cusker here in 6th place right now, and he's just into his rhythm, into his strategy here. We got Bar 27 up into 7th place. We got Little Nicky in 8th place, still 3 seconds behind, so hasn't really closed in any further. Meow in 9th place, got a half-second track limit penalty there after a pit stop. That's unfortunate, but that's all right. Only lose about half a second here because it's coming into a major braking zone. On the racetrack here anyway, where the penalty serving zone is. So we got Noir here in 10th position. We got Rockzilla here in 11th place, and he's got Jakey, our second place driver, just coming in on him here right now. But again, once these drivers stop, that pit stop sequence kind of reverts back around. So it's Rockzilla here in 11th position, and a Poop Town here in 12th place, and 2 drivers down and out here in the race today. So King Ears had about a 7-second gap. Now the gap is starting to diminish slightly as the tire differences are starting to show effect here. So a little bit of a wiggle there from Jakey as he was coming around the corner. I think he was trying to get a good run here to get around the 10th place driver real quickly there, and he made a little bit of a mistake and actually cost himself a little bit of time there. And you can see that on the timing there. It's now 6.3 seconds to the race leader King Ears up ahead of him here. Peime's in 3rd position here, so he has gotten around Lucas there, and Lucas must have maybe had a moment on the racetrack because the gap is 6 seconds here now. And where is Lucas here? He is, I believe that's Cusker going. He's going around Cusker there, I think. In 4th place there, we got Piggums is closed up on Lucas here as well. He's got that gap down to under a second here, so interesting things happening here throughout the whole race field. Even our top level drivers are not immune to making mistakes. Got Cusker here in 6th place. We got Little Nicky in 7th. Kind of in no man's land, but Bar is chasing. So Little Nicky has managed to get his way around Bar 27 here, and he's got 2-second gap. Meow after a pit stop here in 9th place. Noir here after a pit stop in the 10th position as well. We've got Rockzilla here in 11th place. And another driver in pit lane having the car attended to. So there we go. Boy, it has been Laguna's rough on race cars, let me tell you what. Jakey here in 1st place now as King Ears comes into pit lane, and again, tire difference between the 2 drivers there. So now the strategies start to come into play. Who is going to have the best strategy here? We've seen different strategies played out last week, and it worked out for Jakey. So let's see how the strategies work out this week compared to last. Jakey currently has a just under 10-second gap to SV's Peime here in 2nd place right now, who's got 6.3 seconds over Lucas 369 in 3rd place, and he has just got a small margin here, a second over Piggums in 4th place chasing. King Ears is just coming out of pit lane here now, so losing 4 positions there with that pit stop. Very lengthy pit stop here at Laguna Seca. It's one of the longest pit deltas, so to speak. So that's time that you enter pit lane, make your stop, get your service, and exit pit lane to take control of your car back. When we see pit delta, that's what we're talking about. So the duration of the whole pit stop, it's probably pretty close to a minute long here. So Cusker in 6th place. He's just 1 second in behind King Ears there. We got Bar 27 in 8th. We got Mihao 5 seconds in behind Bar, and it looks like he's closing in here in 9th place here as well. Noir here in 10th place. About 30-second gap to the 9th place driver currently, but I don't think the 9th place driver has made that pit stop yet either. We got Roxzilla here in 11th position, and a couple of cars having the crews taking a look at him. All right, so it is Jakey now in the lead of this race, and lots of dirt flying here around this racetrack. It is very hard to be uber consistent around here and not make those mistakes. We just seen a car go off in behind Jakey here too. I'm not sure who that was, but somebody definitely not quite getting it right. We have Paymay here in 2nd position. We've got Lucas in 3rd place. We got Piggums very close behind there in 4th, but just slightly losing touch there. Gap's about 1.2. We got King Ears here in 5th place, and he's got 17 seconds to 4th place driver Piggums, and he's got an overall 35-second gap to Jakey there in 1st place, and a mistake, a very, very unusual mistake here from King Ears. There's a snap moment from that BRZ as he come around the corner there, and it just yanked him into the left side wall there. So having a quick moment with Barry R there, and the car reacting quite aggressively, and oh boy. Again, just that car sliding out on him a little bit there, and I think that Cusker feels like he's at fault for that there, and I don't think that was the case there. I think King Ears again just lost the back end a little bit there with the dirty tires, and just wrong place, wrong time for Cusker there. And I mean, obviously a teammate, obviously, right? You get that, but some tough moments there for King Ears, and we'll have to see how that relates now to his race finish. That's all it takes in a lobby like this to cost you a race win potentially, or a podium, so we'll have to see how that relates now. Again, that's probably a good solid 10 seconds loss there for King Ears, and also a position or two there as well. So he is going to definitely have to put some work in here to try and make up that difference there that he just cost himself on the track. Got Lucas here in 3rd place. We got Piggums in 4th position. We've got Little Nicky here in 5th place, and this is the sleeper driver we're told to watch out for here today. And well, you just never know. All right, currently sitting in 5th, so we got King Ears back up into 6th place here now, and cleaned off those tires, got the car back in order here, and now on a mission of go. Bar 27 chasing it behind here. He's in 7th place. We got Mihao in 8th place, closing in on Bar 27 from 5 down to 3. And definitely better tires there. We got Cusker getting a service here. We got Noir coming around. He's in 10th position. Roxzilla here in 11th place as well. We got Pooptown and LJ currently still getting those cars attended to after some pretty good self-induced accidents on the racetrack here. And well, like I said, Laguna can be a very cruel mistress. It can be very unrewarding if you, I mean, you just got to keep it inside the track limits, plain and simple with Laguna Seca. You can't really abuse this racetrack too much, because if you try to, it's just going to ultimately make you pay the price eventually for it. We've seen that for from a few drivers here already today. Obviously now, since Gran Turismo 7's release, Laguna has recently added in some runoff asphalt on the outside of the curbings in certain areas of this racetrack, which obviously would help a little bit, but still, ultimately, you want to do well at Laguna Seca, you got to keep it within the curbs. That's just all there is to it. The sausage curbs here are very dangerous, especially for these cars with a lot of downforce like these BRZs. They're low to the ground. Those sausage curbs are very, very aggressive and can do damage to your front diffuser, your rear diffuser, or worse. It can knock out your toe. They can break a 4-lane, all kinds of things. So you got to really watch the curbing and then track limits here at Laguna Seca. That's just all there is to it. And those that keep it nice and tidy will usually do well here. So it's Paymay here in second place. The gap is 12.7 seconds. So he made a mistake, I think, in behind Jakey at some point. Pigham's now here in third place, with, of course, Lucas making that pit stop here. He's going to come in and get a scheduled pit stop in. We've got little Nicky here. He's coming around in fifth place. Should scoop that spot up from Lucas, and King Ears should grab that spot back. But let's stay on board with King Ears here now. He's in sixth place, and let's see what that moment just a couple laps ago it actually cost him here with that pit stop being made by Lucas right now here in pit lane. So he's coming across. You can see little Nicky just up ahead there. Currently does have the position on Lucas as he comes across the start finish line. Is Lucas been released from pit lane yet? It doesn't appear to be the case. So King Ears is going to grab that position back over Lucas, but by how much? I guess we'll have to wait and find out here. So it didn't seem like it cost him anything on the third place driver. Now it's going to be the bigger question is what did it cost him in comparison to Jake and Paymay here. Pigham's here in third place. We got little Nicky here in fourth. We got King Ears now up into fifth place. We got Lucas here in sixth place after his pit stop. Mihal comes in seventh, and he's got a half-second track limit penalty there again. Not too terrible. Bar 27 here. Ooh, in eighth place. We got Paymay in second place coming into pit lane here. We got Pigham's coming into pit lane here as well in behind. Cusker here in ninth place. We got Noir now up in the top 10. He's been holding there for the last few laps now. We got Rockzilla here in 11th position as well. And some of our drivers retired in pit lane. All right, so it's Jakey leading the charge here, almost 20 seconds now, and growing really as every driver ahead of him is pits. So where is our fourth place driver? He would be the next competing driver at the moment as he's on track still rolling. It's 46 seconds, so that's not quite enough, depending on the fuel load that Jake would take when he comes into pit stop to stay ahead of little Nicky in pit lane, but it's definitely very close. So that puts King Ears almost 50 seconds in behind Jakey. That is about where we're going to see whether or not that mistake, how much that mistake cost King Ears. It's going to be over the next couple of minutes here in this pit stop sequence. Paymay came out 5.2 seconds in behind King Ears. Ears had probably about a 12-second gap over Paymay, so about 6 seconds that mistake cost King Ears to Paymay from stint 1 to stint 2 essentially. We'll have to see what that cost him to Jakey, as that gap was about 5.8 seconds last time we remembered seeing it. It was probably still somewhere in around that when he pits, so we'll be keeping our eye on that. Right now it's potentially going to be side-by-side battling when Jakey finally does decide to come into pit lane, and King Ears comes around in comparison. So let's see where our leader is here as he's coming around, and we're going to be seeing a pit stop pretty soon, I would imagine, from Jakey here. He's in first place. We got little Nicky sitting here in the second position as well, and again doing a great job. He was the silent sleeper we're told to watch out for here tonight. We have King Ears here back up into third place. He led most of this race, but made a mistake after his pit stop, and definitely cost him some time. But how much time yet, we haven't quite figured out. Paymay here in fourth place. We got Pigham's right there, 2.7 seconds in behind Paymay in fifth place. So Pigham's actually leapfrogged Lucas a little bit there in pit lane, just getting ahead of him. We got Cusker in 8th place, so there we go. Jake coming into pit lane. Noir is now up into 9th place. Bar is in the 10th position. We have Rockzilla in pit lane getting a service? Maybe? Not sure. Not sure. We're seeing drivers definitely having their struggles here today, though, as Jakey is now come into pit lane. Little Nicky is most likely coming in as well. You can see that fuel's getting pretty low in that racing car. So where is King Ears going to come in relation here. He has closed up on Little Nicky pretty good. He closed up, what, another 2 seconds on Jakey here as Jakey's in his pit stop. But you can see the fuel load's going into Jakey's car, and he's going to be gone. He's out of pit lane here, so they have released him at this point. You can see him just leaving up ahead here. So that mistake has definitely cost King Ears some time here on Jakey as well. So it was about 6 seconds. We figured that he lost to Paymay in that mix. Let's see now what it cost him to Jakey at about 5.5 seconds, we're going to call it, going into pit lane. And Jakey now has about a 3.5 second lead. So at 10 seconds, that was about a 10-second mistake there from King Ears, but he's not out of it by any means. 3-second gap here right now, and has the tire advantage here on Jakey as well. So reverse strategies from these two again here today. Paymay here in third position, 4.8 seconds in behind King Ears. We have Pigums and Mehow right here, nose to tail, basically in fourth and fifth place right now. And this is for fourth and fifth place right now. Different tire compounds into play. We got Lucas in behind there having a moment as he's just seen him touch the sand there as well. And it's that easy here at Laguna Seca. I mean, we've seen it so many times already tonight. Pigum's here doing a pretty great job at managing Mehow right now, but Mehow, he's going to go up the inside here into the corkscrew, and oh boy, yeah, that race car just got unsettled in the dip right there, and he went to go down onto the throttle and just lost that racing car. Back end spun out on him, and he's going to lose position there to Lucas as well. So he gets himself gathered up. He has no damage on the racing car, fortunately, but boy, oh boy, tense moment right there as he had the inside position. Oh, we just missed it there on Pigums there. It looked like he was gonna try and make the move there, and then went to get down on the throttle coming out of 8A going into 8B. There's a little bit of a dip. The corner kind of flattens out before it drops really quickly there, and that little dip can unsettle the race car there, and he got on the throttle just at the wrong moment, and that car just went around on him. So it is King Ears and Jakey here. Now King Ears is absolutely closing up the gap quickly. Again, there is different tire compounds at play between the two drivers here right now. Different strategies are in effect. So with that being said, we're seeing some good racing here for sure. It does, yeah, it does. It most certainly does. All right, so it is Jakey and King Ears. We're definitely not leaving this battle. We know King Ears is going to be looking for the move. He's going to go up the inside here, coming into turn number 9. Great passing turn right there. You can see Jakey didn't really fight that too much. He's obviously aware of what's going on with the tire compounds. You can see him signaling to the driver there, and he's going to probably just try and stay in behind King Ears for as long as he can. But King Ears closed up a pretty good gap there, 4 seconds in a matter of about a lap. So I think it's going to be tough for Jakey to keep pace with that driver. We got Paymay coming here. He's in third place, 3.2 seconds in behind Jakey and closing in. So that means he's closing in on our race leader here as well. We got Pigums and Lucas here in fourth and fifth place, and it's basically 2 car lengths separating these two here right now. And they've been pretty close together all race long for the most part. These two, they're fairly equal pace drivers as well. So should be a good battle between these two. These two are very patient race car drivers as well, so it's kind of a good combination between the two of these guys. If they link up, we may very well potentially see these two working together a little bit to try and close up the gap to the top 3. It's hard to say, but I know the tendency of both these drivers. I know them quite well, and they're both much of the same, really, when it comes to racing. They're patient, they're smart, they think about their strategy, they think about how is it that I can close that gap up to the next driver in front of me. And sometimes you got to make your enemy your friend for a few laps in order to do it. So not that they're enemies or anything like that, but they are racing against each other, and this is a individual championship event, obviously. So obviously both these drivers want to finish ahead of each other, but right now the checkered flag's not waving for another 26 minutes and 10 seconds, so there's no point really fighting for this position right now, because it's just going to cost them more time to these guys up front. So it's King Ears. He's got 1.9 seconds now to Jakey here in second place. Jakey did a pretty good job at trying to keep King Ears as close as he could that time around, but Paymay's coming quickly here. It was 3.6 down to 1.2, and he's definitely going to be looking like he's going to be making a pretty good attempt at a move here in the next lap or two. We'll have to wait and see. Aaron coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. Hope you're doing great, my dude. So it is Paymay chasing here right now, and he's got that gap closed down to half a second here, and we're probably going to see something happen here in the final sector of this racetrack. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe coming out of the kink. Ooh, big slide moment right there from Jakey as Paymay is going to close right up here. And again, gentleman's code here. Just try to keep it single file through the kink and battle it out after. And Paymay is just going to use that tire grip advantage he has underneath of him there and get the job done heading into the corkscrew. And it's going to be a move made there from Paymay. So now he's going to try and track down King Ears up in first place. The gap is 2.8 seconds. Jakey now is settling in behind these two in third place here. And Paymay's already got a second gap on him. So it's Piggums and Lucas here still in fourth and fifth place. And again, like I said, I doubt we're going to see a big battle out of these two at this point in the race. I think that they're just going to be patient. If one of them makes a mistake, you're definitely going to see the other one go around. But I don't think you're going to see a lap long side by side battle out of these two. Not at this point in the race. It seems like they're on a similar strategy as they both actually come into pit lane. So that's interesting. Very interesting. We got Mihao here in sixth place. He's going to go around. He's going to grab position on Jake Piggums and Lucas here as he comes around the start finish line. And he's actually going to find himself sitting in third place on the racetrack here. So pit stops are being made by three of our drivers here. They're all coming off that racing hard tire, and I guess that leaves them with a racing soft tire stint here for the remaining 24 minutes of this race, it looks like. So Cusker and little Nicky from Race Asylum here, they're getting very close together, almost nose to tail here, and I would assume that we'll probably see much of the same from these two drivers too, especially if the pace is on point. We'll probably just see them chill and work together to try and close the gap to the drivers in front. And I mean, that's just smart racing. We got Apex Jakey here in fourth place. He comes out about 6.5 seconds in behind the two Race Asylum drivers there. So it's King Ears 2.4 seconds. Paymay is got a 20-second gap now on third place Meow, who has 10 seconds on Jakey after that pit stop. Little Nicky moves up into fifth place with Cusker in behind him there in sixth position. That puts Noir up into seventh position here, but looking like we're going to see a pit stop coming out of this driver in the near future. That puts his teammate Piggums in eighth place right in behind. That puts Lucas in ninth place here as well. Bar 27 in 10th position. It looks like we got Roxilla here is retired as well, and no, Pooptown is got that car back out here. So there we go. The crew did get his car back out here. So depending how many laps down to the Race Asylum driver he is there is still a position to be gained on this racetrack for him, as that car is currently seeking service in pit lane as well. So it's been a rough day at Laguna Seca for some of the drivers here in Div 1, that's for sure. But again, welcome in if you're just tuning in. We are presented by Race Asylum over in the United Kingdom, bringing down a great series here in North America. This is a 1-make 10-week championship series with the Group 3 BRZ. This is Division 1 of 2 divisions, and we are almost 38 minutes into our 1-hour round 2 endurance race here. Of course, presented by Apex Sim Racing Team. So Paymay is closing in on King Ears here now. He's got the gap down to under a second. So slowly but surely he keeps picking away at that gap from King Ears here up in front. And different strategies. So we got so many different strategies happening on the racetrack here all at the same time. It's really kind of hard to grasp which one's going to be the winning one. It's all going to come down to gaps, consistency, and clean laps. So King Ears is doing a pretty good job at holding off the charge of Paymay here right now in first place. I think that's bar 27 just up ahead of him there as they come around. So let's see what we got here. We got King Ears and Paymay is within a car length now of King Ears. So are we going to see a similar move here from Paymay that we've seen on Jake? It's about the same position on the racetrack here as they come around and he gets set up for the kink here. We'll probably see Paymay just settle in behind into the kink and then try to make the run up the straight here. I believe it's the Ray Hall straight, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong off the top of my head. And King Ears he's got pace. I mean, he's a fast driver, that's clear. So Paymay is not able to take advantage there of the Ray Hall straight. And gonna come down the corkscrew and just continue to sit in behind our current race leader here. But again, just sitting right there at car length in behind him here. So Let's see if he can get a good run out of turn number 11 here and get the power down and get a charge on King Ears as they come up the front straight here. And King Ears is putting the car in the right places. He's doing all the right things here right now to hold Payme off for that race lead for the time being. We got Mihao in third place. I mean, he's still got 6.3 seconds to Jakey in fourth place. Jakey is charging here though, and we'll see how that relates at the end of the race. We still have just over 20 minutes remaining here. Little Nicky in fifth place. We got Cusker here in sixth. We got Pigums in seventh position. And oh boy, we got Lucas hitting hard into the tire barrier there. And oh boy, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. It looks like another car down and out here tonight. All right, so it's King Ears here in first place. It's Payme in second position. It's Mihao in third place. It's Jakey here in fourth. It's Little Nicky in fifth. It's Cusker in sixth. It's Pigums here in seventh. Got Bar 27 here in eighth. We got Noir in ninth place. We got Rockzilla and LJ in 10th and 11th here, still retired. So started with 14 down to 11, and I think there's only 10 on track at this point. Peyton with the Christmas tree, little Debbie cake. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty fantastic. We got a great battle here right now. As you can see, Bar 27 is just giving way to the race leaders here, King Ears and Payme Mihao coming into pit lane there. So he's going to drop some positions there to Jakey, and the driver's chasing in behind. So King Ears here has Payme basically taped to his rear bumper at this point right now here as we head up in towards the kink here again. And let's see if Payme can get a good run out of here. Bar 27 is just tucked in behind these two here right now. And again, they're not really battling. And there we go. Payme's going to take a look up the inside there as King Ears didn't quite get the run he was looking for. And Payme took full advantage of that opportunity. And he's going to get the job done heading down into the corkscrew there. So a little mistake made there by King Ears. And that's going to allow Payme to get around here. And again, there is a tire difference between those two drivers. Bar 27 there now trying to not interfere here with the lead lap cars as well, but also would like to get his lap back at the same time from that driver. So we got Jakey here. He's up into third place. It's 27 seconds right now to those drivers up in front, but they still owe a final pit stop here. We got little Nicky in fourth place, and he's got about 19 seconds to Pigums here in fifth position, and Mihao was about 4.5 seconds in behind. I lost my train of thought there. I apologize. Cusker here in 7th place. We got Bar 27 here in 8th place. We got Noir here in 9th. And, well, the drivers still on track are going to get pretty good points here. I mean, top 9 points here right now for the last rolling driver on the racetrack still. So it goes to show how tough this racetrack really is here. And just those little errors on the track limits here on the edges of the racetrack here can absolutely change your whole race in a split moment. So practice makes perfect. I mean, what else can I say? You got to put the work in on these racetracks, and even then, you still got to make the mistakes. I make mistakes like that all the time. My new thing is spinning out at the end of the race right now. I almost gave away a race win recently due to that. Thankfully, I had better tires than everybody else, and I was just able to out tire manage to maintain the win there. But yeah, it was it's that simple. One little mistake, one little track edge, and Payme's going around here. I think that was Cusker. He was just making his way around there. King Ears has come into pit lane here. We've got Jakey coming around. He's in third place, and he's only had 25 seconds on King Ears, so shouldn't have too much of an issue. I don't think getting ahead of King Ears here on the racetrack. And yep, there he is. He's going to grab that second place from King, who just got dropped down off the jacks there. So we got little Nicky coming around here, and is he going to sneak himself onto a podium here as he comes around right now into fourth place. He does get the position on King Ears temporarily, but it looks like they've released that driver from pit lane. So pit lane speed versus lap traffic speed, and this is going to be close. King Ears is just coming around the Andretti hairpin here right now. I think that's about a 50-mile-an-hour pit lane or 60-mile-an-hour pit lane speed, and he's going to come out actually just ahead of Little Nicky there, and Little Nicky took a look up the inside there, but King Ears just gets through ahead. So King Ears is in third place, but he is definitely has Little Nicky all over the rear bumper right now. Now let's stay on board with this as Little Nicky's going to go up the inside here, heading into turn number 5, and should get the position from King Ears here, and does. So as we head up into the kink, Little Nicky moves up into third place, just coming out ahead of King Ears there after that pit stop. Piggums is in 5th place here, 18 seconds up the road from those drivers here right now. We got Mihao here in 6th place. We got Cusker here in 7th position. We got Noir here in 8th place. We got Bar 27 here in 9th position. So it's Payme here in the lead of this race, and it's a 22-second gap right now to Apex Jakey in 2nd place. But Payme still owes a pit stop here in this race as well, so it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. Jake here in 2nd place has 15.9 seconds on Little Nicky here, who is in 3rd place. I think this driver may potentially... No, this driver has cleared his tire mandates. He was the first driver to come into pit lane here, I believe. We got King Ears here in 4th place, and Bar 27 trying to get his lap back from King Ears there, as he goes around, and King Ears is just going to be like, yeah, you can have it, mate, no problem. And he's going to tuck in behind Bar 27 there. So again, smart, concise driving here from King Ears. He's a smart racer. We got Piggums here in 5th position, and he's in no man's land right now, but definitely closing the gap here on King Ears. So he does have time. There's about 14 minutes on the clock, and there's a pretty big tire difference between the two drivers. Mihao here in 6th place. We got Cusker here in 7th position. He's got some nice just rubbered in soft tires here, so he should be good for the remainder of his race. There is a yellow flag up ahead of him there too as well. I'm not sure who that was, but it seems to be cleared up here now. We got Noir here in 8th place, and looks like he's good to go to the end of the race here as well. He's got 8 seconds to Bar in 9th place, and behind him he's got Cusker about 35 seconds up the road ahead of him here. So, and Bar 27 here in 9th place. He's being waved the blue flag right now, actually, as I'm not sure which driver it is. It might be King Ears in behind him there, right? Because we just seen Bar go around King Ears to get his lap back from that driver. So it's Payme here still in the lead, but Jakey is definitely dipping into that time total here. It was 22 seconds when we were here before we went through the field. Now, it's down to 20 seconds, and oh my, Payme gets it wrong on the corkscrew. He's going to get that car turned around, and you hate to see it. That's twice now we've seen the corkscrew pay victim to one of these BRZs here, and I would assume we're probably going to see a pit stop made from that driver here now. Maybe not. Hard to say, but he's definitely gonna have dirty tires. So Jakey is gonna take huge advantage here. That time has just gone from 20 seconds down to 12.5 seconds. So that was a 7-second mistake right there. Unfortunately, by Payme, and he's gonna continue on around the racetrack. So he's still got things under control there in the lead, but he definitely gave up some time that he probably didn't want to give up there. But that's for sure. Little Nicky here in 3rd place. He's doing a great job right now. He's still got a ways to go. He's got about 12 minutes to go here. He's going to be in for a fight at the end of this race, I think, but currently has King Ears off in behind him at 5.7 seconds. Piggum's in 5th place here. He's trying to push on King Ears here. He's got that gap down to 12.3 seconds from 18 seconds, so it could be close by the end of the race here. We got Mihao here in 6th place. He's 11 seconds behind Piggums. We got Cusker 12 seconds behind Mihao, and of course the track separating these drivers now. Noir here in 8th place. He's got 36 seconds to Cusker. We got Bar 27 here in 9th place, about 6 seconds in behind Noir, so he is starting to close in on that driver up in front here. All right, so started with a big field, dwindling down to a little field. Laguna Seca has done its toll to these race cars here today, without a question of a doubt. So mechanics are going to be very busy here in the off racing week, getting ready for the next round of racing. And I'm not even sure where that is. I'd have to go take a look at the schedule. to know exactly where it is that we are racing next weekend, because I don't know off the top of my head. So Paymay's going to go around for another run here. And he's going to be making that pit stop here relatively soon, so I'm just trying to get some information here. Alright, so next weekend's race is going to be at Trial Mountain, so another great racetrack here from the race Asylum, and boy, that's going to provide for some pretty good racing, I think, too, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Um, Lots of passing opportunities at Trial Mountain. We got Jakey here. He's 10 seconds in behind Paymay in closing. He's close 2 seconds up now on Paymay here in first place. We got Little Nicky here in third position. We've got King Ears here in fourth. We got Pigums trying to close King Ears down here in fifth place. Got it down to 10.7 seconds. Mihao here in sixth place, also closing in though on Pigums here, as he's got that down to 10 seconds, which means he's closing in on King Ears as well. Cusker in seventh position. Bar 27 here in eighth, so he's managed to get around Noir there. Noir must have made a little bit of a mistake, as the gap's now about 2.7 seconds, and he's down into ninth place. So Paymay is now just coming into pit lane here, into his pit box. We have 9 minutes remaining in the race, and it is going to be Apex Jakey to take the race lead here for round 2 at the end of the race again. So different tire strategy in both weeks. It looks like it has paid off for Jakey. So Paymay's in pit lane, Little Nicky's in pit lane here, and let's see where Paymay comes out in comparison to King Ears here. Looks like Paymay's going to be out ahead, as he's still sitting in second place here, but he is going to be also on that racing hard tire, and he's going to be on a cold racing hard tire here now, where King Ears has kind of already been accustomed to those hard tires for a couple laps here. So that leaves Pigums now 9.4 seconds in behind. We got Mihao 5 seconds in behind. Little Nicky's going to come out in what appears to be sixth position there, and just was not able to quite keep those soft tires to go the distance here today, and just a miscalculation in the strategy for that driver. Unfortunately, he might have had that podium locked down here today. He is going to come out ahead of Cusker, though, here. So Cusker is going to come out in seventh place and behind Little Nicky there. So Little Nicky's still holding a top 6 position here, all things said and done there, which isn't too terribly bad at all. We got Cusker here in seventh place. We got Bar 27 here in eighth place. We got Noir in ninth place. These are two drivers that were relegated up from Lobby 2 as well. So top 10s for both those drivers. And I'm assuming we'll be seeing the return of those two drivers in the top lobby next weekend due to the top 10 finishes, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure how they're determining their relegation and delegation system, but we'll be seeing some different faces between Lobby 1 and Lobby 2 throughout the 10 weeks until maybe they sort themselves out, or I'm not sure, but interesting little twist into the series. That's the word I was looking for, twist. So Jakey here in first place, and I mean, he's got 27-second gap right now. He's in a pretty comfortable spot here on the racetrack. We got Paymay here in second position. He's got 1 second over King Ears, who has 8.4 seconds over Pigums. So I mean, if Pigums can find a way to close that gap up over the next couple of laps here, he may have a shot for a potential second place finish here. Is hard to say. Those two drivers up in front are very quick drivers. They are not easy gentlemen to get around either. We got Mihao here in fifth place. We got Little Nicky here in sixth position. He's 8.9, call it 9 seconds in behind Mihao right now. We got Cusker in seventh position, about a minute behind the race leader right now. We got Bar 27 here in eighth place, and Noir is about 2.6 seconds in behind. So starting to seem like he's closing back in a little bit here, and it's definitely been a battle against the racetrack here for the most part, as opposed to a battle against each other here tonight. These guys have been having some ups and having some downs on the racetrack today, without a question of a doubt. And it'd be interesting to see how Lobby 2 did here. of course, tomorrow as well. But right now, Lobby 1 definitely showing what can happen when you get it wrong here at Laguna Seca with some of our drivers. But it is Jakey here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. We got Payme here in second place and holding off King Ears for the time being. Ooh, King Ears just got that wrong, though. We've seen him getting a little mistake there. He's going to eat some sand coming out of the corner there, and that is just going to help the charge of Pigums here now. So Pigums needed a couple of seconds on that lap there, and that little mistake definitely gave it to him there. And now the gap is down to 5.5 seconds. So don't know if he's going to quite have enough underneath that BRZ at the end of the race to make something happen there, but he is most certainly trying anyways. Jakey's just chilling here right now. He's just maintaining that gap. 5 minutes on the clock. Looks like he's got plenty of fuel. The tires should hold up. So, I mean, it's just got to keep it mean and lean and keep it as a clean racing machine at that point, and he should be able to take back-to-back wins here to start the season. But Payme is he's quick. He's no formidable opponent. I mean, King Ears either. Both those drivers have just made a mistake at this point in the race, and I don't think that gap would be quite that significant if it wasn't for the fact that those two drivers did indeed make a fairly large mistake each within the race. I'm not sure what happened there with Lucas or Pigums either. They fell off the back of the pack a little bit here as well. And that's potentially maybe, again, just self-induced incidents. I'm not sure, but definitely lots was happening on the racetrack here today at Laguna Seca. It is it's a tough racetrack. Fifth place here is Mihao. We got Cusker coming into pit lane here now, so didn't expect that. Little Nicky here in sixth place. Cusker didn't have the fuel to finish the race, I'm assuming. He looks, I think that's going to be a splash and dash stop here from him. We got Bar 27 and Noir battling it out here for 8th and 9th place here as well. And again, these two, Noir just got it a little bit wrong coming through the kink there, but that's all right. I mean, he's still guaranteed a 9th place finish here today, and that is nothing to shake a stick at. So he just got passed there by our race leader, Payme, and now we've got King Ears coming up to him here. So as it's getting near the end of the race, it's definitely a little more pressure for the lead lap cars to try and get around these traffic a little bit quicker. But at the same time, they're the faster drivers, and they got to know when and where to do it at the same time. But of course, the blue flag traffic needs to remain predictable, just like that. Great job there by Noir. Just pulled off the racing line, let off the gas, let him go through right back into the racing line. Got Jakey here, 33 seconds up the road from Payme in second place. He's got 2.1 seconds on King Ears. A little bit of help there from Noir in behind as he got hung up behind him going through the corkscrew there. We've got Pigums here in fourth place. He's got 4.4 seconds with 3 minutes remaining. So the potential is there for Pigums to try and grab a podium spot. Yeah, we got Mihao in fifth place. I think that's how we say it. I don't know. I'll get it right before the end of the season. We're getting closer. We got Little Nicky in sixth place. We got Cusker in seventh position. We got Bar 27 here in eighth, and Noir in ninth place. And then, of course, Roxilla, LJ, Bo Snipe, Lucas, and I believe Pooptown all retired from this race at various points in the race here today. So tough racing here at Laguna Seca tonight. That is for sure. Is the game sound working? I didn't have game sound the whole time. Chat. Guys, just come tell me. I apologize. That's my bad. I should have said there was no game sound. Well, must have been a little bit of a boring race. I appreciate y'all hanging in there without race car sounds. Oh my! Well, you get about 3 minutes of race car sounds, I guess, today, chat. My bad. I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hesitate to let me know that those things aren't working. I will definitely see the comment and make sure we make that adjustment. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Payme here in second place. He's got King Ears trying to push here. He's 3 seconds in third place, 1.8 seconds in behind. Pigums is about 4.4 seconds in behind, and with a soft tire dying, I think that's he's just not willing to push it any further than necessary here. Fourth place is still a very great finish here. We got Mihao in fifth place. We got Little Nicky in sixth place. We got Cusker in seventh. We got Bar 27 here in eighth, and we got Noir in ninth place here, about 13 seconds in behind. He's just in behind Pigums there right now. So race leader Jakey here with 58 seconds remaining. It's going to be the final lap here for this driver. as he comes around on lap 43. Paymay's coming down through the corkscrew here right now. There's still plenty of time left on the clock, so him and the King Ears will get another lap around here. Paymay's doing a pretty good job at maintaining second place here from King Ears, but King Ears is most certainly starting to try and apply the pressure on Paymay here, and they got 22 seconds left on the clock when they come across here, so it's going to be final lap here for Paymay in second place. King Ears in third. Pigham's coming around here. He's got that gap still at 4.4 seconds. It's going to be final lap for him as well. Mayhew's coming through. It's going to be final lap for him as he comes through as well. Little Nicky's coming through. There's still time on the clock. He's going to get one more time around the racetrack here as well. We got Cusker here in the 7th position, heading up to the corkscrew, so he is going to finish this race in the 7th position here as he comes down through the corkscrew for the last time here today, and will be the first driver to take the checkered flag here today. Again, this is a timed race. The race timer has ran out, so any drivers that are now behind the start-finish line will get that checkered flag as they come through. So we have Cusker coming through. He's going to be the first one to take the checkered flag here today, and the 7th place finish is a good finish here in a top lobby like this. I wouldn't, me personally, I'd be pretty satisfied with that result because this is an absolutely crazy fast lobby. So GG's to every one of these drivers that's in here right now. Oh wow, Jakey coming across as our race winner here. I didn't realize that those guys were ahead of Cusker there, so that's my bad. Paymay here in second place, so it's going to be back-to-back wins for Apex Sim Racing's Jakey. Paymay coming around here. Cusker does come across her in 7th position. Paymay is going to come around here. He is going to hold off the charge of King Ears here by just over a second to take second place here. King Ears is going to hold off for that 3rd place position. Pigham's is going to take 4th place here as well as he comes across the line. Mehow is going to come around here in 5th place, and Noir in 9th place, just up ahead of him there as well. Got little Nicky in 6th place. His bar 27 finished up ahead there in 8th place, and he's going to bring that car around in style for the last car to take our checkered flag here tonight. And it looks like the boys got Roxella's car out for the end of the race there. You can see he's just rolling that thing around in neutral, so great job to the RA team there to get that car out at the end of the day. But congratulations to Apex and Racing Jakey, round 1 and round 2 victory. And again, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the no audio on the racetrack there. My bad. It was a great race there by King Ears, again going with the Hamilton strategy, as we like to call it, starting on the softer racing tire, going to the medium tire, and finishing with the hard tire. We tried that in round 1 as well. Now that's 2 rounds in a row where it hasn't worked. Jakey didn't start on the hard tire today. He actually started on the medium tire here tonight, and then went to the hard, and then finished on the soft tire, but did a very short hard tire stint. So again, Jakey just out strategizing King Ears here on the racetrack, and that paid huge dividends here for Jakey tonight. He didn't have any big moments on the racetrack, and it is going to provide him with a pretty big racing victory there. So it is a race victory for Apex Sim Racing's Jakey. Fastest lap also belonging to Apex Sim Racing Jakey at 1:20.914. That is a crazy lap right there. So it's Jakey in first, Paymay in second, King Ears in third, Pigham's in fourth, Mehow in fifth, Little Nicky in sixth, Cusker in seventh, Bar 27 in eighth, TT Noir in ninth. Roxella will get 10th place, finish 24 laps down. LJ will be also in 11th place, I believe, about 40-some laps, 39 laps down. Lucas 36 with a do not finish, Pooptown with a do not finish, and Post Snipe with a D and F here tonight. Highly unfortunate for some of our drivers, but GG's to everybody who was here tonight and gave it their all. The cars that, of course, retired, those mechanics, I'll get them all sorted out. They'll get those cars back in optimal running condition, and they'll be ready to go at Trial Mountain in round 3 next week. So GG's to all the drivers. We're not doing podium interviews here currently right now on this season. We haven't set it up with the league yet, so once we get that all sorted out, of course, we will bring that to everybody. At the end of the race. Lost my train of thought. So, great job there by Apex Sim Racing's Jakey, leading the charge here to start the season with 2 race wins here. So, a round 1 win at Watkins Glen, round 2 win here at Laguna Seca. Right now, proving to be the driver to beat here on the racetrack in Lobby 1. But boy, oh boy, he is in some serious company here. Huge shout out to Payme in second place, having a great race here. He had a moment in the corkscrew. I think that race could have been a lot different for him, and much of the same thing for King Ears. Also had a moment on the racetrack after his first pit stop to cost him about 10 seconds on the racetrack, and Jake just didn't make that mistake, and at the end of the day won that race by a pretty commanding margin there of about 30 seconds here tonight. So GG's to everybody on track. Great job to Bar 27 and Noir, who came in from relegation from Lobby 2 and finishing up in the top 10 here tonight as well. So earning their place here in Lobby 1 for another week at least anyways, and that's always good for the championship point standings now, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? So congratulations to all the drivers. I want to say thank you, of course, to the Racing Asylum officials behind the scenes, the administration staff and the stewarding staff for handling everything that happens post and pre-race every week. I want to say thank you to the Apex Sim Racing team for presenting this series and bringing it down. It's been a great series so far, lots of great battling. We're going to bring Division 2 here to everybody. Again, we're shooting for 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow, and hopefully we can get Division 2 out to everybody so we can see what happened in the second lobby there as well. Some new faces in this week over there. And, well, I mean, what else can we say? That was some great racing. Lots of battling early on in the race. Different tire strategies. Lots of different strategies played out on the racetrack. And, I mean, it was just good, solid racing here from our drivers. So, we'll see what happens. But we'll get a little better idea on what the standings are going into next week. We'll break that down for everybody going into next weekend, and we appreciate everybody for tuning in. So on behalf of Racing Asylum, North America, Apex Sim Racing Team, and GT45 Gaming, your host tonight, I'd like to say thank you for stopping in. Please do us a favor and like and share the stream out before you go. Make sure everybody knows that we got some awesome racing happening here at Racing Asylum North America, and we appreciate that support if you have done so already. To the Facebook viewers, we love you, we appreciate you. Keep kicking that Facebook page out there for us, where you need to get this baby moving again. And to the Racing Asylum viewers over there on YouTube, we'll catch you on the next one here in a few hours time. We appreciate everybody's support. Remember, you all matter. It's a tough time of year for people. Reach out if you're struggling. Get it off your chest so you can feel better and move on and move forward. We're thinking about you. We love you all out there. You're not alone. Stay winning. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now, ladies and gentlemen.